Okay, and we are rounding out day two with no one other than Priscilla. We call her Prissy Tang. And I have to tell you, we're switching gears here a little bit. I'm so excited. This woman has intrigued me since the minute I met her. So let me give her a proper introduction, okay? She is a Malaysian-born Chinese woman who had a tertiary education at the University of Singapore. This is such a fascinating story. She worked as an assistant architect for half a dozen years in Hong Kong and in New York City. And upon immigration to the States with her hubby in 1985, she broke free from architecture. She went back to school and pursued a formal art training at the Fashion Institute of Technology, New York, where she received summa cum laude with a 3.88 GPA. And illustration has always been her first love. And you're going to see some really cool stuff today. You can definitely say that she followed her heart and her dream. And I love that about her. She then became a well-regarded classic fashion illustrator for many years in Hong Kong and New York before becoming a pet portrait artist. And it was meant to be, especially for dog owners like myself. And you'll hear a little bit about my personal story. And Priscilla has quoted herself saying that she just finds it so satisfying as it brings inner healing and closure to her clients from pet loss. Priscilla, welcome to the stage. It's an honor to have you here. How are you?
Pleasure.
So you're joining from Hong Kong right now?
Yes, yes, right now.
What time is it
And
there?
it's just 12 hours after yours, which
Okay,
is Friday 10:30 p.m.
amazing. Amazing. Thank you for staying up to have this conversation for our friends.
Oh, yes.
So listen, I want to ask you because what you do is so fascinating and so needed. And I know we've had a lot of private conversations about how, when someone experiences pet loss, how this can really bring closure and peace and healing. But first, let's back up, and I want you to tell me a little bit about who are your customers?
Well, my customers are usually women, though I had one from your dad, and um, they are mature women and men, 40, about 35 years old to 65, have teenage children or grown young adults as children. They have disposable income. They are house proud. They read the best interior decor magazines.
Mm.
They love to go shopping with their children when it's school break, and they go for spas, beauty treatments, and they know how to pamper themselves. Most
You're
of them,
literally describing me.
that's how I got to know you, and your request for me to make a pet portrait for you. Yes,
Yes,
you are my best client.
that's awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yes. And of course they are avid dog lovers, and most of them are actually pining for the dogs who have gone to the Rainbow Bridge,
Mm.
and especially usually they have one very special one that went before their time. So they would come to me and ask me to paint a pet portrait of their dog, and sometimes a joint pet portrait of the dog and with the owner. I do both
Beautiful.
kinds.
That's beautiful. As you're talking, this is going to sound so crazy. I just came up with an idea, but I have a goat that he's my best friend. He really is. And I tell my husband all the time when he passes, which hopefully won't be for many, many years down the road, I
Oh,
will be absolutely devastated.
mm,
And a lot of people who aren't pet owners, Priscilla, I think you'd agree, they don't understand that connection. This is something very special that a pet owner understands. They're your friend,
yes.
they're your family.
Mm,
So I'm going to have you create a portrait for me I have a beautiful
You,
picture I'm going to send you with me and my goat. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes, this is my first Goldie picture.
Yes. So I'm going to be your first. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I know firsthand, but for our listeners, right? You are pet owners, you know a pet owner. This would make a great gift, by the way. Tell us all the ways that your work brings joy to your customers.
Well, I do have a slogan. They call it a mission statement. And my pet art is all about giving back a piece of my pet parents' hearts. And the objective is to uplift their spirit and to bring them joy in a lasting way. My
Mm,
art really lasts for a long, long time.
I love that. And I concur, absolutely. Um, so tell me, what objectives do you have for your work?
I um, I intend to carry on doing pet portraits. I might do a new series on horses and maybe
Nice.
goats.
Yes.
And I foresee that in the next 2 years, I might be taking a mission trip to Thailand, where our sister church is located. We are all Baptists me and my husband are Baptists. And I'm going to teach the children there how to draw art because
Beautiful.
countries, the third world countries are catching up on AI, IT, and things like that. And if they don't start learning how to draw, they would be at a loss when it comes to digital art or design. So they need to learn how to draw first, very basic things. And even the design students elsewhere in the world, if they take a course in design or mechanical engineering in design, they need to go for art classes, initial art classes.
That's
Otherwise,
beautiful.
yeah, it's difficult to do the course well.
That's so beautiful.
So I'm hoping this time I'll get enough clients to fund my air flight to Thailand.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Yes, so when I hear I am a personal recipient of your work, as you know. My dad has two dogs. One of his friends, his puppies, she did cross the Rainbow Bridge. And friends, you might be like, what? What does this have to do with anything? It's everything. My dad suffered from stage 4 cancer. He was given a 5% chance to live. He spent 2 years on feeding tubes. And this dog was his companion. This dog was his absolute everything and
Yeah,
gave him the energy and the spirit to continue
to
because he didn't
continue.
want to leave her behind. And when she passed, the first person I went to was Priscilla. And I said, my dad needs this to look at every day. And I sent you a video of his response.
Yes.
How did seeing his response, which you can tell us a little bit about, make you feel as the artist?
I felt it was so gratifying, really deeply gratifying to have brought a bit of joy to someone's pain and in a way it's very inner healing to perceive the art every other day. You gaze at it and it you mimic the joy from the painting.
Yes.
And it's so uh satisfying. And when I see my clients get teary-eyed, I get so jubilant inside me.
I know you do. I love that. So I'm thinking, for our listeners, we're thinking of things like Father's Day. It may be too late now for Mother's Day here, but we've got the holidays, birthdays, all these amazing, amazing opportunities to give a lasting gift of love through one of your pieces of art. So if someone's thinking, I would love for you to create something for me or for a loved one, what's the average time that you need to create this? When could they expect to have it to them? And I know this is a global thing, but as far as like your side of the work without the shipping.
Kim, your project, which should have taken 10 days at least, I did it in 3 days because I was about to go back home for a holiday, and then your project came onto my desk. So I completed in 3 days. I had something going on. I pushed it aside and I
Oh,
finished it in time to send to ship the painting package to you in Tennessee. So they kept the post office kept their promise. They sent it, and it was in time for Dad's birthday.
yes.
Yes,
I,
normally, Kim, it takes at least 10 days,
okay.
and then shipping takes about 7 to 10 days also. So
Okay.
come to about 2 weeks.
Beautiful. So there you go, friends. So I want you to think of the pet lovers in your life, in your world, and think about your holidays, your birthdays, any opportunity to give them such a moment to cherish when they open this unexpected art
Yeah,
in
make it a
about two
surprise.
weeks. Yes.
Make it a surprise. I
And
can do it faster if there is a need to rush. I can do it in maybe 5 days, 6 days. So the
I couldn't believe, Priscilla, when I got this package from Hong Kong, it got here faster than sometimes mail in my own country. I'm
it
like,
happens.
it
Yeah.
did happen. So you have brought with you a gift today for our friends, and I can't believe you're doing this because it's hard to, I think what you do is priceless. I really do. And you've brought a heavily discounted digital pet portrait for pet lovers, and you're offering a 30% off. Tell us a little bit about this.
Um, this 30% off is it goes from the cheap range to the expensive range. So the cost of each pet portrait depends on how many subjects you have. If it's just a solo dog, it costs about less than $200 for an A4 size page. So say you want, for example, the portrait that did for your dad. There were two dogs. I have the image here.
Oh, look at that. So
It
good.
should have cost about $300, but I charge you more here. And the most expensive painting would be about it needs to be uh reviewed, the photos reviewed, because it depends on the complexity and the size of the painting and the number of subjects. So let's say I have a painting like this. Excuse me.
Wow.
It's quite dark. I charge $500 for 3 subjects. So if it's a 30% off, it comes to about 1/3 taken off the price.
It's amazing. That's
If
amazing.
it's a $300 piece of painting, it would be 200. And for the one with the solo head, which costs about $200, it takes off about $70 from that. So it costs about 130.
Does this offer expire?
This will be as long as our book summit lasts. It
Beautiful.
lasts. It starts from the 13th May to the 19th. So
Yes.
it will be between those dates, now and between those dates.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. So friends, you have until May 19th to get in touch with Prissy, and her website is petprissy.com, but the link is right below this video. And so is her social media link. So if you'd like to message her and reach out to have that conversation, you can absolutely do that. And she doesn't bite either. She will guide you. She will give you clear communication. And boy, I know other people you've created art for, and you just exceed expectations every single time.
Thank you. And I hold your hand while I'm doing the work. Yeah, we will communicate on and on. So you will know what I'm doing, the progress that I'm having. And you will get a piece of video showing the progress. That's a bonus.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for showing your artwork today. I was hoping you would. And so you've got a few days. Share this with your friends. Think about your holidays, your gift giving, your experiences, or just as an everyday, I love you, right? 30% off until May 19th, petprissy.com. Priscilla, thank you so much for your time and really sharing your talent and your skill with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for putting me here, Kim.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's mine too. And much more than that. Right?
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
amazing, Kim. Thank you.
You are too. And my friends, day 2 is a wrap. What a perfect way to end this day. Thank you again, Prissy.